Wright has it against Gabby, right to Skylar Diggins. Seattle off to the races. Diggins up to Gabby. Reverse pass inside to a trailing Nneka Ogwumike, who lays it up and in. Diggins retraces her steps, goes underneath with the offhand, the right hand. That was beautifully done. There's Katie Lou right there, loving that.
What if I told you the Minnesota Lynx, a team with 4 WNBA championships, might actually miss the playoffs this year? Sounds unbelievable, right? But here we are, a legendary team struggling like never before. How did it come to this? Despite their amazing history, the Lynx are now near the bottom of the playoff race, and time is running out fast. For fans who've cheered every win and celebrated every title, this season feels like heartbreak in slow motion. Imagine the roaring crowd at Target Center, holding its breath with every possession, waiting for that one moment, that spark, to turn everything around. But what if that moment never comes? If the Lynx don't find a way to flip the script immediately, this could mean the end of an era. And if you love WNBA or basketball drama, this story will grab you and keep you hooked until the final buzzer. In the next few minutes, you'll learn exactly what's holding the Lynx back and whether a shocking comeback is even possible. This video will show you the raw truth behind their fight for survival and what it really takes to go from near elimination to playoff glory. Stay with me. The Minnesota Lynx started this season full of hope. Everyone expected them to be strong, ready to fight for another championship, but things didn't go as planned. Injuries hit hard, and the team has struggled to find a steady rhythm. For both the players and the fans, the pressure is building up. Every game feels heavier because wins are becoming rare. You can almost feel the frustration in the air. It's not just about losing games, it's about losing the confidence that once made them great. Right now, the Lynx's record is just below the playoff cutoff. That means they're dangerously close to missing the chance to play in the postseason. Some of their key players are out because of injuries, and that's made a big difference. For example, star center Sylvia Fowles has missed many important games. Without her strong defense and scoring ability, the team has struggled to hold their ground. But it's not just about who's missing. The team's chemistry has been shaken. They're making sloppy passes, missing easy shots, and losing the flow that once defined them. It's like the team is out of sync, and that's costing them. With every loss, the tension grows. Fans and players alike ask, can the Lynx fix these problems fast enough to save their season? There's also a deeper struggle inside the team. A clash between the veteran leaders who want to keep control and the young players trying to prove themselves. It's a tough balance, and right now, it's causing some friction. But here's a question to think about. How do these recent struggles compare to past seasons when the Lynx made deep playoff runs? Let's dive into that next. The Minnesota Lynx aren't just any team. They have a strong history of playoff success. Even with all the struggles this season, they still have some experienced stars on the roster who know what it takes to win. Players like Napheesa Collier and Crystal Dangerfield have been through the playoff grind before. They bring more than just skill, they bring leadership and the kind of calm confidence that comes from fighting through tough times. Veterans like these understand what it means to face pressure and how to keep pushing when everything feels stacked against them. Let's not forget, the Lynx have won 4 WNBA titles since 2011, making them one of the most successful teams in the entire league. That kind of winning culture doesn't disappear overnight. Remember their incredible 2017 championship run. That team showed true resilience, coming together as a unit and beating the odds through pure teamwork and determination. It was a perfect example of how experience and heart can take a team all the way. But here's the twist. This season is different. The competition is tougher, and the Lynx's supporting cast is younger and less proven. It's not the same team that lifted trophies before. So the big question is, can their legacy and experience help them overcome these new challenges? And if experience is only part of the answer, then what about the role of coaching and strategy? How important is the game plan when trying to turn a tough season around? Let's explore that next. Coach Cheryl Reeves' leadership is absolutely crucial for the Lynx right now. As the team faces injuries and changes, she has to adjust the game plan mid-season to keep them competitive. Reeves is known for her focus on defense and flexible offense. The Lynx have been one of the best defensive teams in the league, ranking in the top 5 for defensive efficiency. But on offense, they've struggled. Missing key scorers has left gaps they just can't fill consistently. The team's morale depends a lot on trusting their coach's decisions. When players believe in the system and the plan, their confidence grows. But when things get shaky, doubt starts to creep in. We've seen some hopeful moments. Changes in player rotations and play calling have shown flashes of what the Lynx can be. Quick passes, sharp defense, defense, and even surprising scoring runs. But these moments haven't lasted long enough to turn the tide fully, so the big question is, will the new tactical changes be enough to spark a real winning streak? Every game from here on becomes a test, not just of skill, but of how well the Lynx can adapt to challenges and keep pushing forward despite the setbacks. With the strategy and coaching in place, the next thing to look at is their schedule and competition. How tough is the road ahead for the Lynx in this playoff chase? Let's take a closer look. The real test for the Minnesota Lynx starts right now with their upcoming games. This final stretch of the season will decide if they make the playoffs or not. They're facing a tough mix. Some teams are strong playoff contenders, while others are also struggling. Every game feels like a do-or-die moment. The pressure is intense, but so is the chance for redemption. Here's a fact that gives hope. Teams with records like the Lynxes have made the playoffs before, as long as they win at least 60% of their remaining games. That's a challenge, but it's not impossible. If key players come back from injury and the team's chemistry improves, a winning streak could change everything. That spark could turn doubts into confidence and put the Lynx back on track. But there's a catch. Even one slip-up might end their season early. Every loss makes the climb steeper, and the pressure mounts with each game. Right now, the Lynx's fate is hanging on a knife's edge, caught between hope and risk, between confidence and doubt, especially in those clutch moments when everything feels on the line. So here's the big question. What's the ultimate takeaway for fans watching the Lynx fight for their playoff lives? Let's wrap it up and find out. The Minnesota Lynx have the pieces to make a comeback, but it won't be easy. It will take health, focus, and a strong will to keep fighting. Talent alone won't win this battle. Playoff success demands the ability to adapt and believe in the process. The biggest lesson here? In sports, the comeback can be just as powerful as the start. It's about rising after falling, pushing through every challenge, and refusing to give up. For fans, this season is more than just wins and losses. It's a chance to rally behind a team that won't quit, no matter how tough things get. Right now, watching the Lynx means watching a battle for survival and maybe even redemption. This fight is far from over. No matter how this season ends, it's already clear. This is a test of heart for the Minnesota Lynx and every fan who stands with them. It's not just about stats or standings. It's about grit, loyalty, and believing when it's hardest to believe. Seasons like this remind us why we love the game. The ups and downs, the twists, the comebacks. They make every win feel bigger and every loss hit deeper. But through it all, sticking by your team makes the journey even more rewarding. If you believe the Lynx still have a shot at something special, give this video a like. Subscribe for more real WNBA stories, updates, and deep dives. And don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss a moment. And now we want to hear from you. Do you think the Lynx can make the playoffs? Drop your predictions in the comments below. This season's not over yet, and neither is the fight.